Hey you guys, and welcome back to the BMW E46 channel. Today I'm going to be removing a tire, cleaning it, replacing it with new lug nuts and a new emblem. So let's get started. These are the new emblems that I got off of Beamer World. I love Beamer World. All their stuff is just super great and super amazing. And as I mentioned, I'll also be replacing the lug nuts, just replacing them with the same black ones because the other ones are super rusty. Most importantly, make sure you put on your emergency brake before. Now that you have turned the emergency brake on, you're gonna want to get your lug wrench, also known as a tire iron. This is what we're gonna use to loosen and take off the lug nuts. Okay, so next we're gonna need the tire jack. You're gonna find that in the trunk underneath here. It should be right here in the back. Looks just like this. That's also where you're gonna find your spare tire. Okay, so when we put the jack in, we wanna make sure we put it right under here where there is a designated spot for this piece here. It's going to make sure it's held in place super safe. So you can kind of see it right here already. It's just going to go right under there, just like that, right in that spot. Okay, perfect. All I did right now was just get it in place where it needs to be, but I'm not going to jack it up all the way yet because I want to loosen the lug nuts first. Okay, so before we fully jack the car up, we want to make sure we loosen the lug nuts first. A lot of times they're going to be on there super tight, and we want to make sure that we can use our power safely with the car on the ground. That way we don't worry about hurting the car or the jack falling over. I got all four loosened, but now you are gonna have one of your lug nuts is gonna be a lock. So you're gonna have a special key to get this one off. It's gonna look like this. You should find something like this in your car. Now that we have all the lug nuts loosened, we're gonna go ahead and jack up the car. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. If you hear some weird noises while you're cranking it up, that's perfectly fine. Make sure your tire is off the ground just enough. Now that the car is jacked up, the tire's off the ground, you can go ahead and remove all the lug nuts. Be careful because now the tire is going to move. And once I get them off, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in this hat that I have here with the new lug nuts as well, just so I don't lose track of any of them. You can use a hat or a bowl, really whatever you have on hand. You're also going to need the key to remove this final lug nut as well with the lock. Depending on how long it's been since these tires have been removed, sometimes they can get a little bit stuck due to rust and stuff like that. These tires I took off last weekend, so they shouldn't be too difficult to remove. But now that all the lug nuts are off, you should be able to simply pull the tire just like that. So as I mentioned, I'm also replacing these center cap emblems here. So they simply just pop out from the back just like that, and you can easily pop brand new ones right in like that. All right, so as I mentioned, I'm also going to be cleaning the tires, so I'm going to go ahead and do that to get rid of all this brake dust. So the great thing about this car is that these tires are super easy to put on compared to a lot of cars. So this piece you see right here, that is where your wheel is going to sit here. So once that's on, the wheel's straight and ready for the lug nuts to be put back on. All right, so I got the tire all clean. It was just a super simple cleaning today, not too much going on. Now I'm gonna be putting the tire back on the car, and we need to make sure that the lug nut holes match up on the tire and on this piece right here. So to do that, I like to just set it up, kind of make sure, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it this way ever so slightly, and now I'm ready to lift it up and put it back on the car. So I am putting on the front tire, the front driver's side. Now, this car is rear-wheel drive, which means these here move freely. I can go ahead and spin that all day long. So just be aware that when you are putting the tires on the front, of a rear-wheel drive car, it is likely going to spin a little bit, making it a little bit more challenging to get the tire to stay in place to put the lug nuts. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the tire on. There we go. The tire is on and it is lined up really nicely. I'm going to hold the tire on again so it doesn't fall off because there's currently nothing holding it on. Making sure I do put the new ones because don't want rusty ones. Okay, so I'm just hand tightening them on right now. This is just simply to get the tire to stay in place before I go in with this tool again. I use the lug wrench to go ahead and just gently tighten them on a little bit more. And don't forget that one that has a lock. You're going to go ahead and put it on however it fits. And tighten it just like so. Make sure it's on all the way. There we go. All right, now that I got the lug nuts all nice and snug, I'm going to go ahead and lower the car back down. Lowered enough, this is going to pop out on its own, and the car is back on the ground just like it was before. And we're going to go ahead and now finish tightening the lug nuts as much as we can. All right, now the lug nuts are on nice and tight. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put in the new emblem cap. I do have the tires with the M Series M Sport logo there, so I am gonna make sure to line that up nice and straight with that as well, and just push it on just like that, and it looks brand new. All right, thank you guys for watching today's video. You saw how to remove, re-put a tire, along with just exchanging the lug nuts and the logo. All right, and that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching.